Leo, taking a peek at the astrology for you this February, there's a lot of exciting things happening in your relationships as well as in your career. Many of you are letting go of old or toxic patterns, behaviors, or even relationships so you can really start off on a new foot. And some of you are going to be meeting someone new or really just having very important conversations. And a lot of this is also really pointing to what relationships are supporting your long-term goals. What relationships are helping you become the person you want to be. I do also feel like this continues throughout the month as you really figure out how you are investing your energy, not only in people, but in your future. If you're excited for this month's reading, then definitely be sure to hit like, subscribe, and the bell notification so you can always stay up to date with what's in the cards for you. For those of you who are brand new to this channel, my name is Michael, and I utilize tarot and tropical astrology to intuit monthly forecasts for your zodiac sign. For those of you who are ready for a deep dive, you can book a personal reading or distance Reiki session with me using the link in the description of this video. You can also find links for all of my official social media accounts. I'm only able to put out these videos with all of your continued love and support, so thank you so much for supporting this channel, and I am so excited to see what we have in store for you this February. As I shuffle the cards for you, Leo, I'm just going to give my friendly reminder that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you specifically. It's up to your own intuition and discernment to figure out what messages apply to your own life and what should be left behind for somebody else. If this reading just doesn't resonate with you at all, nothing went wrong. It simply means that these messages aren't meant for you at this time, but you're more than welcome to check out the other videos on my channel, maybe for your moon or rising sign. Now, I do want to talk a little bit more about the astrology because I really do feel like it contextualizes a lot of what comes up with the cards. We do have Mercury coming in conjunction or coming together with Pluto in Aquarius, and there's actually a couple of planets that are going to be contacting Pluto in Aquarius at the 0 degree, or the very first degree in Aquarius, which is why there's a lot of transformative new beginnings, because Pluto brings death, rebirth, and profound transformation. And with Mercury, this could be really signifying some sort of conversation or communication. And Aquarius for you represents relationships. It represents commitments. It represents partnerships. So I really do get the sense that a lot of you are starting a very significant relationship or a significant chapter in your relationships. We do also have Mars and Venus coming together with Pluto from the 14th to the 17th. So that's also something to kind of keep in mind because Venus is about relationships and investment, as well as Mars being about action and direction. So this Valentine's Day is actually a really exciting one for many of you. There could be a lot of passion, but it's also a very explosive and dramatic energy as well. So maybe keep that in mind. But again, with all of this happening at 0 degrees, this is a brand new beginning. This is actually a really important month as there's a lot of new energy that's coming in. It almost feels like February is the actual beginning of the new year. And I really feel like a lot of the themes that are going to be prevalent in 2024 are really going to become more obvious this month. What do we have for Leo? We have the Star. Speaking of Aquarius energy, that's often what this card signifies here. The Star really does tell me that you've been in this period of healing and finding your direction, asking yourself bigger questions. Maybe some of you are really thinking about the direction you want your life to go in, because stars or the star often does indicate some sort of North Star. I feel like there's been this period of healing, and maybe you've just known for a while there's something next. There's kind of this renewal that is happening, and it feels kind of calm, or it feels like there's not a lot happening externally. There's a lot that it's almost like you're kind of preparing for what's to come. There's kind of this prophetic knowing. We have the Hermit as well. So yeah, that kind of just confirms what I've been saying. A lot of you have really just been kind of focused on doing your own thing, especially in Capricorn season. In January, there was a lot of focus on just working on things, getting what you need to get done. And I will just tell you, with the astrology this month, your hard work will be paying off. Some of you are going to be maybe experiencing some sort of raise or promotion. I'm really feeling that for you. But when I see the Hermit and the Star together, this is actually quite interesting. Because when we look very closely at the Hermit, we can actually see a star in the lantern. And what I always tell people about the Hermit, it's like when we need to take that moment to get away from the busyness of life, get out of the city, and really see the stars. Because the light pollution of our societies often does obscure the stars above. And in a similar way, the busyness of life can also make us lose direction or lose sense of what's most important for us. And so Leo, I really feel like a lot of you have been in kind of this reflective energy. Many of you are really beginning some sort of journey that feels very personal and very internal, actually, or you've been on this journey and you've really been figuring out where you want to be, who you want to become. A lot of you have been accessing some very deep personal truth, either through meditation or some sort of spiritual practice. It just feels like there's been something that's been very healing, that's kind of been beneath the surface here. And we also have the Wheel of Fortune as well. So whatever sort of work that you've been doing has been creating shifts in your life. Maybe there's more opportunities that you've had come your way, and that could be happening in February for you as well. It feels like there is this new cycle, and you know it, you feel it, Leo. There is this new chapter, even if it's not completely evident right now. You're not crazy, there is a shift. I'm really, really feeling that for you. And I think having just had Pluto enter into Aquarius at the end of January, you're already feeling a major shift because Pluto is going to be in Aquarius for 20 years, except for the fact that it will go back in Capricorn one last time, just from August to October. But other than that, for the next 20 years, we are in this new cycle. So maybe there will be some review around that time. But overall, there's really something that's beginning here. There is a new cycle, a new chapter. And many signs are experiencing this. You're just experiencing this in a different way. For many of you, this could be about relationships. But again, I also am getting the message that your hard work is paying off. The work that you've been doing internally is about to be reflected in your external reality or in your life. Things are just opening up. Possibilities are opening up. You've been clearing out your energy and healing in the ways that is now making you more receptive to changes or opportunities that are more aligned with what you want. What else do we have for Leo? 10 of Cups. Oh my goodness, this is so beautiful because I do feel like there is either an incredible relationship that is really growing, or there's a relationship that has a lot of potential. I really feel like a lot of you are meeting long-term partners or finding your person or your people. It feels like you're just getting a sense of what happiness looks like for you, what harmony looks like for you. And for many of you, this is including a relationship. Maybe this is involving an Aquarian energy, a Virgo energy, or a Sagittarius energy. Tell us more about this 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups with the 7 of Pentacles. Again, this is just, as a sentence, is your hard work is paying off. Some of you feel like it's been a long time since you've been in a healthy relationship, or maybe you feel like it's too late for you to have a relationship. But regardless of what your relationship status is, it feels like it's never too late, is what I'm getting here. And you are now ready for really meaningful relationships, maybe even going to the next level. You're thinking a lot about the future, maybe making plans with someone. I'm really just getting marriage vibes, if I could be so honest. Maybe there is something about like a work relationship as well that would kind of make sense with the astrology this month too. Tell me more. Show us clearly, please. We have Justice. Sometimes this does indicate marriage because justice is about law. It's about institution. It's also about karmic law or universal law, spiritual law. There is a cause and effect. You are doing some sort of shift. Things are shifting in your life right now. You are maybe weeding the garden. Maybe there are some relationships that you have had to remove or some energies that you had to clear out in your life. And now you are ready to cultivate something beautiful. There is something that is ready for harvest. And that feels like this cause and effect with justice here. Could also be signifying a Libra person or Libra energy for some of you. But I really feel like there is this new balance. And again, it feels like your actions are now paying off in the month of February. What else do we have this month? We do have a new moon in Aquarius as well. This is going to be on the 9th. This could be a really good time for meeting new people or manifesting new relationships or just making some sort of commitment. We actually do have Temperance with the 8 of Swords in reverse. A lot of you are getting out of your head, you're getting out of toxic patterns, and there's a lot of harmony and healing. Temperance feels kind of like a riff on the star. Again, this is Sagittarius energy, so that's interesting. I really get the sense that a lot of you... For some of you, this is about you letting go of an old relationship or an old story of what relationships have to look like. And that's what's healing for you. For others of you, maybe you've just been really stuck in your head. You've been maybe single for a while or just kind of isolated for a while. And it feels like there is a healing relationship. There is a healing connection. There's this readiness. And for some of you, maybe you're doubting that. Maybe you're hearing this message and it's like, I don't know if I can trust somebody. I don't know if I can open up again. I don't know if I can trust myself is something I'm getting for a lot of you. But I feel like there's some healing here. There's some resolution here. Don't be too cautious this month. That's kind of an interesting message, but that's one I'm getting for you, Leo. Don't be too cautious. Don't be paralyzed. And the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, a lot of you really are coming into an abundant new chapter. None of this surprises me because we do have a lot happening with Jupiter and Uranus this month in your career. There could be some chaos. There could be a lot that you're working on. And again, maybe that's kind of taking away from relationships. Maybe you're kind of juggling priorities in that respect. But I feel like overall, with Jupiter being very activated, I do get the sense that many of you are growing this month. And there's a lot going on in your career or your professional life or with your long-term goals, and maybe that's keeping you busy. But honestly, it doesn't feel too bad. It actually feels like there's kind of this balance that comes with the Justice card. There's a balance that comes by having focus on different areas in your life rather than fixating on your relationships or fixating on career. There's kind of a balance that comes here. And there's a lot of growth as well. We do actually end off this month with a very significant conjunction with the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn, all coming together in the sign of Pisces. For you, this represents your astrological 8th house of intimacy, of investments, of resources, how you really share your energy and invest your energy. These are all going to be really important themes, but for some of you, you quite literally could be investing in your future. There could be some sort of financial gain that is happening around this time as well. It's a very serious energy with Saturn in the mix. Mercury tells me that there's a lot of communication, and the Sun is bringing a lot of information and energy here. So there's just a lot about intimacy, about kind of the nitty-gritty, getting very real in your relationships and real with yourself, real with your finances. What is it that you value? What is it that's most important for you? A lot of you are really investing in having a space for yourself or a space for the people that you care about. That's also something I'm getting. And again, there's just a lot of growth here that feels really good. We do also have, when is the full moon in Virgo? The full moon in Virgo is on the 24th. And for you, Leo, this is really signifying some sort of peak or culmination in your finances or with your values as well. So it kind of plays off very nicely with the conjunction we have in Pisces on the 28th. There's something that is changing for you materially, and it's making you think differently about kind of your financial plan or your values and what it is that you want to invest in. What is the thing to invest in for Leo? Investing in things that really matter to you. With the Knight of Cups, maybe you're investing with a partner. Maybe there is some sort of financial gain that is coming through a relationship. Maybe your partner is experiencing some sort of gain, or you're connecting with someone who's very powerful. For others of you, this is just about connecting to your heart, connecting to your soul purpose, and really trusting in that process. It's interesting because it feels like there's a lot about work and relationships, but it actually feels very entwined. And again, I feel like you're in relationships that are supporting you in becoming who you want to be and improving yourself or meeting your goals. And that's different for you. I really feel like that's different for you, Leo. You're almost kind of at a loss, is what I'm feeling. And maybe some of you are wondering, like, what's the catch here? When is this person going to switch on me? I think someone is being very supportive for you. Yeah, there's been some heartache in the past with the Five of Cups in reverse. There's been a lot of toxic relationships, maybe even some substance use as well here, or just some sort of dissociation, disconnect from your emotions. But it's only kept you stuck in that negativity longer. And I feel like you're now moving in a direction that feels very aligned. And this feels like very past energy to me, Leo. I'm really tuning in with your energy this February, and many of you are in a very healed place, and you're moving in the direction of healing and alignment. And I feel like this is affecting a lot of areas of your life. That's really exciting. I do want to pull an animal card for you, and I really like to think of this as energies for you to embody. What is the energy for Leo to embody in the month of February? We have the eagle. I love this because this is all about going into the unknown, stepping into something that might feel a little intimidating, but really owning your power. And those of you who followed this channel for a while, you've probably heard this by now, but I always think of the death spiral of the bald eagles. That's their mating ritual. It's sometimes used in conflict too, but basically eagles will grab talons and spiral towards the earth together, and only at the last minute they break apart. And it's kind of this show of trust. Do you have my back when things get intense? And this makes perfect sense because I feel like a lot of you are getting into very serious relationships, or your relationships are becoming more committed or deeper in some way. And there's kind of this growth, even if things feel a little scary or exciting, kind of depending on how you look at it. This could also just be you making that trust fall with the universe itself. You are trusting in this new direction, even if it feels a little scary or intimidating. There's growth here. And that's why I feel like it's important for you not to hold yourself back. And I think a very important thing for you to distinguish this month, Leo, and maybe just in life in general, there is a difference between going into a situation that scares you because it feels like you're kind of shrinking yourself. You'll just know. Whether that's a job or a relationship, you'll know if something isn't quite authentic or on your level or what you want. Versus, oh, I'm actually stepping into a situation where I might have to grow a little bit as a person, and that's kind of intimidating. I'm just feeling like that's a very important distinction for you this February, because I'm looking at this Eight of Swords, and some of you are kind of like, am I fearful of this because it's bad for me, or am I fearful of this because it's kind of unknown, a little unfamiliar, a little new? There's some growth involved. I feel like there's growth for a lot of you this month. And it's important that you trust in that process and that you really trust in your power and go after what it is that lights you up. Really going after and chasing that light, that star, that sun, that hermit energy, that inner guidance. You're actually very connected to spirit this month as well. Your guides, your ancestors are really supporting you in going into the next chapter of your life. That is something that I'm hearing. Maybe some of you are connecting with ancestors on the 28th with the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn all coming together. There could be something with mediumship here as well. It's actually something I'm just getting now too. But I feel like spirit is telling you that it is time to move forward. It is time to commit and invest and take things seriously. Don't be afraid to do that. There are a lot of opportunities coming your way that feel really, really exciting. And I think I'm going to leave it here for you, Leo. Very, very exciting stuff. Definitely let me know in the comments down below what's happening. What are the relationships that you're calling in? What are the goals that you want to build on for yourself and with other people? Start claiming that. And definitely be sure to hit like and subscribe if this resonated or gave you some things to think about, especially if you've made it this far into the video. It helps me continue putting these readings out for all of you. And again, I do have links in the description for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions. And I will see you all in the next video, Leo. Take care and have a very happy and blessed February.